everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I just want to focus in on the Carolina Hurricanes season preview for the 2015-2016 season. Going backwards in time there and what to expect from the Canes going into next season. Bottom line, not a lot. It is going to be a long year in Carolina as they continue their rebuild. There is some reason for optimism, which hasn't been the case. Much if a whole lot lately, namely in the form of Noah Hannafin, from the 5th pick in the draft, defenseman, really has all the makings of being, potential #1 in the league, Massachusetts native no less. I think he'll see time with the Canes. I think there's a good chance he plays a little bit in the AHL this year as well. But again, I think him and Hayden Fleury will crack the team, crack the roster. Fleury for at least the 9 games, and then worst case scenario is get sent back to Red Deer. And I think Red Deer is hosting the Memorial Cup next year, so even if he does go back to junior, that's not the worst case scenario, because either way he's going to be playing in big games and really getting reps and being able to work on his game at the junior level. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. They re-signed Elias Lindholm. They got a good young nucleus in place. In terms of the older hairs, so to speak, Cam Ward and Eric Stahl are both free agents at the end of the year. Ron Francis came out today and said he doesn't see deals getting done before the start of the season. So I think at minimum, I think Ward's as good as gone. I just think, that 2006 Stanley Cup run was great, but that will have been 10 years ago by the time he hits free agency. Besides that, kind of Cinderella run to the conference finals 2009 hasn't done a whole lot. Has been a below average regular season goalie that's paid like an all-star, so that's gonna be tough. I think Stahl, I've gone back and forth on this. I think they get a deal done mostly because he's been as synonymous with that organization as any player since they moved to Carolina, if not more so. Whether it's winning the Stanley Cup in 2006 or being the face of the franchise, the captain, the franchise player, and Stahl, I think what you saw from him in 2005, 2006 when he was 21 and had 100 points, that was kind of the anomaly. I think people set the expectations really high and been let down by him. But he's a guy that's been there and done that and done everything this team's asked him to do and then some. So I think a deal gets done. Worst case scenario, you trade him at the deadline, get some assets back. You further kickstart your rebuild. Stahl's going to be 31. Eric Stahl is going to be 31 in November, and then so that's actually October 29th. I'll take that back. So you'll still have one Stahl on the roster and Jordan, and you'll see what happens after that. But again, I'm very curious to see what this team looks like a year from now. I think with the big acquisitions being Eddie Lack and James Wisniewski. I think Wisniewski will help the young blue liners. I really do. I think you look at what he brings to the table, and is he a legitimate #1? No, but you can do a lot worse than him. And I think having him back there takes some of the pressure off. Hayden Fleury or Noah Hannafin, whoever. They don't have to be in over their head too soon because again, here's a guy that's been there, done that. Played in a ton of situations, played a lot of games over the years, and can really go out there and compete and not be overwhelmed by playing against the best forwards in the world on a night in and night out basis. So again, just one of those things. I think he'll play a lot of minutes. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best #1 defenseman in the league, but you can do a lot worse than him, and I think he's an upgrade of what they've had back there. Justin Folk's a player. I mean, I guess he's the #1 if you want to get technical. And I really like the development Falk's undergone between going from U.S. development team, Minnesota Duluth, up and down that rookie year, between Carolina and Charlotte, and now he's bona fide, legitimate top pairing defenseman in the NHL, U.S. Olympic hockey player, all that. So again, he's got a great track record. And I'm curious to see again with the blue line, does Wisniewski then get traded for the third time in a year if they move him at the deadline? He's not a free agent until I think 2017, but you never know. And the team, there's reason to be that optimistic they'll be better than next year, but when the bar's been set so low, I still think they'll be in the running for the Austin Matthews, Chychrun, Puljujärvi. I don't know if they'll be a top 3 worst team in the league, but I think they're close enough to the point where they can slide in and be that bad. But the youth in Carolina is there. There's going to be some contracts moved, and I know that's not a broken record. There's a reason to be optimistic, because they've got a Hannafin. I think Fleury. I think a lot of people shit on that selection. I didn't like it, but I think he's going to be capable NHLer. Do I think he's going to be, a perennial North Star candidate? No, but I think he'll play for a long time. And the aforementioned forwards, through whether it's Lindholm or whoever, and see how that all shakes up. I don't think they're gonna trade Jeff Skinner either, especially if the trade stall. Skinner's still 23, and it's won a Calder, showcased plenty of offensive talent. There's still a spot for him on this team, and you want to keep him around going forward. Anyway, that's all. Get started the power play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.